Hello, I'm Czardus, and let's play Planet Zoo. Now, before I do that, be sure to click on the link to Instant Gaming down below so that you can purchase games like this and many others at a discount. Instant Gaming is a great place to get games, so be sure to check that out. But anyway, today what I want to do is I want to build a habitat here that is going to be for the Himalayan brown bear. It's critically endangered, and I think this is a great spot to put it. It needs about 550, but we need 2 of them, so it needs 590. That's not going to be a ton of space, but I want to build a nice habitat here that will have good viewing. So what I'm going to do is bring a guest path this way. We're probably going to take this out for the staff path and bring the guest path around like that and kind of cut through here, and then we'll have a viewing set up that way. So let's go ahead and get the path in place. Okay, so that is the path that I'm thinking I want, and actually, I think I want to make the time go by so that we can get to morning and have plenty of light for building this habitat. So let's go ahead and skip ahead. Okay, so we've got light now, but it is about drain, so I paused it. And what I want to do is we're going to come in and we need, what size barrier? 4 and climb proof. So we want to come in here and we want barriers. We're going to go ahead and do concrete for this because they are pretty big. And I think what we'll do, can we change the color? We can. Maybe a black concrete here. How does that look? Yeah, that's a little too dark. Let's pick a different color. Maybe a dark gray. Let's use that. Okay, and then we want to make sure that it is pretty tall. It needs to be 6 feet. So we're going to go all the way up to about 5 meters. That is plenty tall. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and build a cave over on this side with one-way windows so that people who are in here can see into the cave, and then people who are on the other side can see the bears when they are outside. Of course, we're going to need a staff entrance on this side, on the inside as well. That'll be fine. So we'll go ahead and pick the spot for the staff entrance, and we'll just go ahead and put it right here. So that'll be where they get in. And then what we want to do is we want to come over here and we'll select these and make that into a one-way glass so that they can see in, although it is not setting it up the way that I want it to. So we're going to redo this and see what we can do. There we go. So what I did is I built the path or the barrier in the other direction, and that worked out fine. We're going to check on this side too. We want pretty much all of this to be one-way glass. Actually, this side can just be regular glass, and the bears can see out over here. And that should work really, really well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to come into terrain, and we're going to pull this terrain up. I want it to be pretty rough rock here. Pull it up pretty high like that, and then just kind of pull it around as well, and do the same thing over on this side. So now that's complete. The next thing I want to do is get it just a little bit higher, and then we're going to put a roof on it by flattening to foundation like this. This is what we often do, and really what I want to do that for is it's going to make it easier to get some of the other rocks. We're actually not going to use the terrain for this particular one. I'm going to come in here and actually let's go ahead and come here. We want, we'll do taiga, and okay. So we're going to come in here, taiga. What continent do we want? Let's do Asia, taiga, and let's see what rocks we have to work with. Great, we've got tiger rocks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and I'm going to put these rocks at about that height. And that is how I'm going to get the height, and then we'll lower the terrain again. So now you can see we've got rocks there. We want to come back in here now, and we are going to flatten this again down here like this. And that actually is not taking away the terrain. So we're going to push this if we can. Play around a little bit with the terrain just until we get that in the right spot. So now we've got the terrain out of the way. What I want to do is just make this look a little bit smoother on the bottom side. So now I'm going to get some smaller rocks and get them in place down here just to make it, like I said, look a little bit more smooth for on this side. Maze like that. That kind of makes it seem more like a good cave would be there. And then that's going to be a great way for the people to be able to see the bears when they are resting. And then the last thing I'm going to do on this side is come back and get the rocks to come pretty much to the side. And for that, I'm going to use the cladding, because the cladding is a bit bigger and it can give us a roof, while also we still have that same feeling of that cave being in there. And it will extend the cave essentially all the way to our barrier. Now, one issue we may have if we're not careful, and I see another spot, I just need to get a rock over in here and maybe another rock above that. But one thing we need to be careful of is if the bears can climb up on top of this, they're going to be able to jump right out. So what I think we need to do here is we're going to raise this up quite a bit as well, just so that now we know that this whole thing is as high as it can go, or like really high, and they're not going to be able to get out over here. So I think we'll come all the way over to this one, and maybe we'll go one more over this way, and then raise these up to about 12 meters. Just so that we know that is definitely not a way that the bears can get out. But it does allow us to see down in there, and that really gives them the hard shelter that we want as well. So then now the next thing I want to do is just come over here, and we're going to roughen the side of this. And I think I do want the scenery lock back on here. So it looks a little bit more like a cave, and we'll get just another couple rocks in here as well. Okay, now that is all pretty much the way I want it. I am going to come around here and just make sure this is smoothed in a way that I think they will be able to get down in there. Go ahead and increase the intensity real quick, just to make sure that is nice and smooth. Okay, now I think we're about ready to get our bears. So we want to get one male and one female, and we want to make sure that they have good fertility. That's really what we're after. And a cheap price too, I suppose. This one will work. Let's go ahead and do that. That's 8 point. I mean, they're all pretty old. All the males are old. Let's go ahead and adopt that one. And then we want a female. This would be the best one we can get, I think. We'll do that, and then we can go into storage, and we're going to send these to our quarantine, which is now in our admin building, right there. Okay, so now we can unpause. We have to unpause in order to get them in there, and we want to come down to habitat, and we can go ahead and get started here. We want Himalayan Brown Bear, I believe it was. Here we go, and then we want to get some food and water. We'll get a large tray, and we'll put that over here. And then we want to make sure they have water. I think we're going to need to do... we could give them an actual water pit. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to come in here. I want that to be soil. Put that over here. We want to push that. And just get a little bit of water in there. Yeah, that'll be good. Give them water to drink, and then we can come in and move on to beds. Get a nice large bed down in here. The rain has begun. Actually, that should be all the bed they need. And that, I believe, should be viewable from here. Yeah, look at that. They're going to have a great view of that. And then over on this side, too, I'm very happy with this. We do want to check the heating and cooling. Let's see what temperature they need. 14 to 72. So I think we're going to need, actually, 14. That might be fine, but we do want to get a cooler then. Because I think sometimes it might get a little too hot for them. But one there, and one down in their bed. But let's set those to not that cold. About 67. So most of the time it won't actually be working all that hard, but if it gets really hot out, they should be fine. Okay, now let's get some enrichment. What do we have that we can give them? Do they need climbable space? No, they don't. Okay, good. They could have climbable stuff. So like what we could do, I want to wait until they're here and then we'll see if they can go up there, because that might be fine just to give them a natural place to climb up to. Let's see, food enrichment. We don't have too many options right now. We can give them a bamboo feeder over here. And maybe a block of frozen fish over there. Toys, we have a prey-scented stick. We'll see if they can get up there, and then that might be a good spot, a good thing to put up there. Herb scent marker there. Let's go ahead and check on them. Okay, their quarantine is complete. We're going to go ahead and move them to here. And we are going to also be sure to remember to come over here and add the habitat to the work zone. So we've got that in there. Very good. That, yeah. Okay. The dome entrance needs to be in that too. Okay, so then I'm also going to hire another keeper here just real quick. And get them assigned to the same work zone. Come on, come on. There we go. Employment. You're on Oceania. Okay, so here the bears come, and then we're going to be able to see where they can get up here. And we'll go from there. Okay, so right now they can't get up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into habitat and we're going to build a climbable thing so that they can make their way up there. I want, let's see, enrichment to climbable. Here we go. We're going to put a ramp up, essentially. And I kind of want to hide the ramp, but we'll put it over here. And wrong thing. All right, I'm going to get the ramp in place. Okay, so they can get up here now, but they can't get very far from there. We could get another ramp and kind of just have a spot that they can sit up there, but I also think this is fine because it kind of will give the appearance that they can get up there, but it won't give them, I mean, we could put something up there as well to give them a reason to go up there. Like we can come in here and get a toy, and like I said, get the prey-scented stick up here. And then they can play with that, and people can see from here that they are playing with that all the way over there. So that will work. Now, we want to make sure that we have the terrain and stuff like that. So let's come in here and we'll get the terrain they wanted. They want less rock, and they want more snow, actually, if we can do it, or soil. Probably do soil. So we want to have less strength here. Just kind of get this in here. And I want it to be pretty heavy soil down in their bed area. And then when it's cold, maybe what we could do. Where do we have the coolers? They do want snow, so we could come in and maybe we'll just go ahead and set these coolers cold. We have a lot of money. Set it to 31. Yeah, all of them should be pretty cool. And then we can come in and we can just get the snow in here. Bears swimming over there. It's really fun to see all of that. There we go. So they've got some snow in there. That will be good. And then let's check and see what they want. That's really good for terrain. They still have a little bit too much rock, so we're going to go ahead and just get a little bit more soil in some of this to blend it a little bit better. There we go. Perfect. So now they want some trees, of course. And we can go ahead and come in here to nature. Asia, taiga. Let's get some good plants in. Okay, so we've got the nature in there. And it looks pretty good. What I do want to do, though, is because we just put a bunch of trees in, I want to come back and we're going to double check that they can't escape anywhere. And yep, they should be fine. They are not going to escape in any of those spots. Excellent. So now that is pretty much done. Let's go and get some of our important education in. Go ahead and get one here. And I'm going to change it right away to the brown bear. And then we can copy more of these. Okay, and then we want to get the donation bins as well. Get one over here. And we'll get some over on this side too. There we go. So now that is all set. Look at that great view they have. Very nice. You can get a great view from them. They're happy. I don't want to click on that. I want to... Yeah. No. Okay, I want to click on this. And see, yeah, their welfare is very good. They are very happy. So that is great to see. Now, we've got this little spot here. I wonder if we can find something nice to put there. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll get this statue here. We'll get one there. And maybe another one over on this side. Although, let's see what other statues there are. Could get, yeah, those are all reward ones. We don't have many of these things in here. So I want to make sure that anything that we put in here are animals, especially near where we are. We've got tortoises, so maybe a turtle would be good. And of course, there isn't a tortoise or turtle statue in here. So I think we'll just keep the bear there, and then we'll come back and we'll get some native plants in here. We'll come back to North America, temperate, and then we can just get a few nice little things in here. Beech tree is probably not the right one, but azaleas might be good here. Yeah, we'll get just a few azaleas there, and then we'll get a little bit of bracken around that. And that will just kind of give a little bit of filler in here. So now we've got that little space there, and it's a nice little filler leading over to our new Himalayan thing. Oh, broken barrier. Oh no. Mechanic. Urgent. Somebody come. I think we're going to have to replace this barrier, because the rhinos just keep breaking it. So we're going to have to look into that. But for now, that is where we will leave it. The mechanics are going there. They're working on it. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.